What's going on, guys? It's the Mental Money Podcast. My name is Rossi. How are we all doing today? I hope we are doing well. I just wanted to come back with another video, not specifically like the last video I posted about 10 steps. It's more just general advice. Today's one is going to be about depression. And depression is, again, like that last video, it affects more of the population than any other disorder. In terms of percentages, I'm not too sure on the UK's, I'm not too sure on the US's, so I'm not going to go over percentages and specifics in this video. What I am going to do is just give you some general advice, some rules maybe to live by. And I've seen a lot of people talking recently. I've got invested in an app where you can openly speak about mental health and stuff like that. Shout out to people who made Facebook and Twitter at the moment, because that shit is down. That shit's down for a lot of people. I've been banned off Facebook recently for trying to make a Facebook page for this channel. So back to this. Depression, I know it affects so many people. I know it can get you down in the dumps. It can get you into a really bad spiral in life. But don't even stress. This disease is so common. So we have answers for it. We do have answers for it. And it's not the same for everyone. That is just bullshit. If there's an answer out there that works for everyone, it'd be getting sold, my guy. It'd be in books, it'd be in everything, it'd be selling off the shelves, do you know what I mean? So don't even worry about that. I'm not here to give you the definitive answer. This is my experience, my advice to you, the listener, the watcher. When you're feeling depressed, feel like you're going into the spiral, what we're going to try and do when you enter that spiral, because there's nothing that I can really say to stop you from entering a spiral, because it happens to the best of us in the best of times. Do you know what I mean? When we enter that spiral, what we want to do is learn the exit. Yeah, we want to learn the exit of the spiral. We want to figure out what created the spiral. We want to figure out how is this spiral being able to be continued. We want to figure out this spiral. We want to figure out how this spiral has been created. Like I say, I can't give you definitive answers on why the spiral is happening in the first place. That's all personal. But what I can say is how you can figure it out. So what we need to do is figure out the start of the spiral, how it's being continued, and how we're going to break it. And I could break that down in another video, but it's also quite a long, because it's almost like life coaching. But that's the thing you really want to focus on: how it started, how it's continuing, and then how we're gonna break that spiral. And these are some tips that I'm gonna give you now, how to break spirals generally. So being depressed in that beginning the spiral, you're gonna feel reclusive, you're gonna enter yourself, you're gonna feel less sociable, you're gonna feel down in the dumps, you're not really gonna want to speak to people about it. So what we're gonna do, not just you, me, because we all experience this, especially on this channel here. We understand, we do stuff together. So what we're gonna do is head outside. That's the first step. That's a difficult step, I understand. Getting out of bed is difficult enough, and then taking them first steps outside, you really don't want to. I know you don't want to, but you're gonna have to if you want to break this spiral. Go outside. That's step number one. Step number two, and tip number two, would be get some goddamn fresh air, because depression keeps you in the house, and that's how it's continuing. I guarantee for most people that is how it's continuing. You feel me? And the four walls will just keep that going. So we're going to break those four walls. We're going to get outside. We're going to breathe in all that fresh air, take some nice big deep breaths, some light exercise in us. Like I said in the anxiety one, this really works. So go outside, get some light exercise. You'll feel the blood starting to flow through your body. Some endorphins will get released. You'll have a slight lift in mood. And then the next thing we're going to want to do is maybe enter a shop or somewhere you like to go, maybe a coffee shop, something like that. Sit down, sit down in there for a while, observe what is going on around you, the life, the structure. Then what we're going to want to do depends on money, depends on what you're able to do in that situation. If you want a good way that I find to get talking to someone, because I know this better than anyone else, usually when I'm depressed, I don't want to talk to anyone I know. I don't want to speak to someone I know. And I don't want to speak about what's going on with me. So what we're going to do is go to that checkout. We're going to order our favorite drink. Treat yourself. Going to order our favorite drink and just have a little bit of light conversation with the whoever's serving you the coffee. They're going to ask you how your day's going. They're going to question you a little bit. Then you can deflect all that. You can deflect all of that if you want to. But I would just say, look, oh yeah, I'm having a slightly rough day, but I'm getting through it. I'm getting through it. Then engage in their side of things, because what really helps with depression is offloading the focus from yourself. You've been so focused. You've been inside. You've been in a state where you've been feeling down in the dumps. So you're self-inflicting. You're kind of in your own head. You're in the four walls. It all becomes very internal. So we want to externalize some of this weight, this pressure, this stress. So we're gonna speak to this person, whoever that may be, and we're gonna listen to them. We're gonna listen and focus on what they are saying, and maybe pass back a little bit of conversation, right? And what this will do is offload your attention for maybe, whether it's a minute, 5 minutes, doesn't matter how long it is, you've offloaded some of your attention. Your mind might start to wander to a different place after a while. That's okay. Take a seat, have your coffee, have whatever, maybe food, something like that, something you're going to enjoy. Take that, eat it, drink it, do what you're doing, head out, go back, maybe hop on your phone while you're on the way back, maybe hit up a friend if you're feeling up to it, kind of ask them how their day's going, kind of ask other people, speak to other people, but not in a way that is aimed at you. You're more focused on what other people are doing, and you're going to go, oh, so this person's doing this, maybe I could get included in this. And then you're offloading the stress, you're offloading this internal war that is going on inside of you, and we're getting distracted at the same time. So it's this kind of cycle, a positive cycle that is really going to help you break this downward spiral and start raising you back up to a more neutral playing field, rather than kind of staying inside, go down, and you go inside your own head, go down. We're not doing that. We're going to be active, and we're going to solve the issue right when it starts happening. You can't let this spiral go on for so long, because it's only going to take longer to break it. So when this spiral starts, you've got to really notice it. And that's why I'm saying you got to figure out what is the start of your spiral and what lets it continue. And then straight away, as soon as you figured them out, we're going to break that shit apart. Do you know what I mean? We're going to break that spiral out. And you can use some of the tips I said in the other one about anxiety. They kind of work as well if you're feeling stressed. But what I would say with depression is distraction. Depression and distraction are like arch enemies, because as soon as you get distracted, depression feels like it's taking a back seat, and depression is like, no, I need to be at the front of things. But this distraction, if it's strong enough, if you've got the right distraction going on, that depression doesn't know how to weave its way back into your mind until the distraction's not there. Sorry, I'm just swatting stuff in the air like a kung fu master. So basically, depression is this thing. It's just trying to grab your focus. So what we're trying to do is use our focus to destroy the depression. And I know this sounds like what they called door-to-door sellers. It sounds like door-to-door sellers, like I'm trying to sell you some information, or I'm going to be like, yo, check out my book, Depression and Distraction. Nah, I ain't trying to sell nothing. I'm just giving you my experience. I've had depression for a long time. I've gone through bouts. I've been in a ward. I've got a lot of experience with depression, mostly because, man, it's a constant war, you know. It's a war. And not every day you're going to wake up feeling happy. That's just a lie that someone will tell you, that it's all going to be, one day you'll wake up and it'll all just be fine. No, that's not the way it's going to work. What you're going to do is it's like a job. Do you know what I mean? You're going to work at it and you're going to get rewards. You're going to get rewarded by that. So basically, my tip is distraction. And that is probably the thing that I use the most every single time I'm depressed, where I do something I enjoy. Because that depression doesn't want you to enjoy anything. It's saying, no, I'm going to sit in the house and do nothing. How are you going to enjoy doing nothing? No one enjoys doing nothing. Doesn't matter whether it's like even if you're not depressed, you still don't enjoy doing nothing, but you're even going to less enjoy it when you are depressed. So get out there, get some fresh air, get some light exercise, have a nice drink, have a nice eat, and then actually just speak to people. Doesn't have to be people that you know. I hate speaking to people I know when I'm depressed, because I feel like I'm saying things wrong and this, that, and the other. Go outside, speak to some people you don't know. The best ones are always when it's in a shop environment, because they kind of have to speak to you, you know? So they're really good in that retrospect. They have to speak to you. They have to be nice. And if they're not, well, let's not go into that. But honestly, go into a store. Coffee shops are great. Speak to the staff. Offload your stress. I know this is probably going to go around in a circle, so I'm going to try and break that. Just follow those tips and tell me if it works, please, because it's worked for me and it's worked for other people I've told this advice to. You got to break this downward spiral, and I really hope that through my experience I can give some good advice on this channel. I think the 10 tips to beat panic was a really thought out one from me, because I dealt with a panic disorder, and I'm not going to say it's not there anymore, but I've beaten it to a place where I can function and I don't have panic attacks anymore. And it's all because I took that road. But a lot of that time I spent inside. I didn't want to do anything. I became so depressed and I was having more and more panic attacks. So let's nip these little things in the bud while they're able to be nipped in the bud like that. Honestly, try out that tip. Thank you so much for watching. It's been the Mental Manny Podcast, and I have been your host, Rossi. I'll leave the social media links anyway in the description, because you can follow me on there, but I think I'm banned on Facebook and the Twitter's down at the moment anyway. But I'll leave them down there. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification icon. Boom, we've done another video. See you guys next time.